Hey, what's up guys, Will here for GSM Arena. The next generation of Xiaomi's popular Redmi Note series is here. We have the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and it offers a bunch of features that you might not expect from a mid-ranger. Let's see what it's all about in our hands-on video. The Redmi Note 10 Pro is overall quite elegant. The curved back is made from glass with a metallic gradient finish, and the symmetrical camera setup is a nice touch too. Though the frame is plastic, it doesn't feel cheap, and is actually quite thin due to the tapered design. The build is even splash-proof, and is official with IP53 rated protection against dust and light splashes. Probably the phone's most attractive feature though is on the front. The Redmi Note 10 Pro has a 6.67-inch OLED display with a 1080p resolution and Gorilla Glass 5 protection. But not only that, it also has a fast 120Hz refresh rate. If you thought a high refresh rate OLED could only be found on a flagship, well, Xiaomi is here to prove us all wrong. And you get a fast 240Hz touch sampling rate too. Interacting with this display feels super smooth and responsive. The Redmi Note 10 Pro also has a pair of dedicated stereo speakers, which should offer fuller sound than a hybrid setup. Alternatively, you can plug in headphones through the 3.5mm jack, and there's FM radio support. Another feature which has made its way to the mid-range lineup is a high-res camera. The main cam has a 108MP sensor and outputs 12MP photos. There's also an 8MP ultra-wide, a 5MP telemacro cam for close-ups, and a depth sensor. Overall, this should offer you a ton of flexibility when shooting. We'll just have to see how the quality and processing hold up, since the Note 10 Pro doesn't have a flagship chipset. The Redmi runs on an 8nm Snapdragon 732G chipset, the same as you'll find in the recent Poco X3 NFC. Even though there are higher tiers of mid-range chips, we expect good performance here for the class. You do miss out on 5G network connectivity though. Just like the previous model, the Redmi Note 10 Pro has a 5020 mAh battery. We expect battery life to be excellent here, just like its predecessor, though screen on time may be a bit less due to the high refresh rate. You also get support for 30W fast charging, and a 33W charger comes in the box. Last year's model could charge from 0 to 60% in half an hour, and we should get something similar here. The Redmi Note 10 Pro's interface is Xiaomi's MIUI 12 with Android 11. Even though it is running on top of the new Android, this is pretty much the same MIUI 12 interface we've seen on all of Xiaomi's recent phones. You get an IR blaster for controlling appliances with, again no surprise coming from Xiaomi. Waking up and unlocking the phone is done with the side-mounted fingerprint reader, built into the power button. It's quite fast and accurate. And finally, you get 64 or 128 gigs of storage on the Note 10 Pro, and it is expandable through a dedicated microSD slot. So there you have it guys. It looks like Xiaomi is really pushing the boundaries of what a mid-range phone can offer. The Redmi Note 10 Pro seems well built, and a lot of the features here look like they'd be right at home on a flagship. What do you guys think? Let us know down below, and I'll see you soon with our full review.